Making this card with this lovely, or similar card, this lovely embossing on there. Okay, so first I picked out some patterned paper, which got sent to me by Lawn Fun. Isn't it pretty? Okay, and we're gonna pick out what color we want for the banner. That one is a possibility. We have that. No, I don't like that. This blue is nice. And I have this pink. I often like to set them all out on the pattern paper so I can kind of choose which one I think I like best. I think I'm going to go with this blue color. To make the banner, we're going to cut a piece that is 3 inches by 5. Okay, so now I'm going to take my little ruler and my pencil. I'm going to measure up 1 inch from the edge on both sides. Make a little tick mark. Draw a little line. And then on this line, we're going to mark the center point. So half of 3 is 1.5. And then I'm going to draw a line up from matching the corner with my center point, and do that for both sides. Okay. So now we're just going to cut on the lines. If you wanted to, of course, you could have freehand this, but with this size of a piece of paper and a banner, I like to go ahead and measure it. So now, if we flip that over, we have our nice pretty banner. Now we're going to heat emboss. So we need our Versamark pad, which is our nice clear sticky ink, and we're going to be using With Love by Close to My Heart. It's an older set, but anything with something similar would do. I'm just going to peel that off. Grab one of our stems, stick that on our block, and then we're also going to grab this shape and stick that on our other block. And now, before we heat and emboss, I'm going to use my handmade powder tool, just so that there's no residue from my fingers or anything. We are going to stamp this image twice. Once on one side, and again, maybe a little higher off to the other side. And we're going to get the top part. And so we can kind of, because these are clear, we can line the edge of that up. Get a perfect image. And then maybe this one slightly differently. Okay. Now we're going to take a scrap piece of copy paper, lay that down. We're using this Recollections snow colored embossing powder. It has this kind of a pearly shine. It doesn't come out white, it kind of just reflective. And so with the Versamark we'll get the watermark of our image and a pearly shine when you put it in the light certain ways. So we're just going to tap off any excess powder, make sure that we have it all good and covered, and then I'm just going to funnel this back in my jar. Okay, so now we're going to let our heat gun kind of heat up a little bit. I'm going to bring it to our paper. And when it starts just looking wet instead of powdery, then we know we can move on. Okay. Wipe off any of that excess powder. This is our pretty image. Now we can go ahead and cut our background paper, which will need to be, for my particular card base, I have a pre-done one, so it's a little different size than your traditional A2 size card. So we're going to cut that at 5 1/4 and 3 3/4 to leave a little white edge. Take my card base, get that folded, crease down real good. So we're going to stick this little paper on that. Center that in our card base. Give that a nice rub. And I'm realizing I almost forgot about the sentiment. So, I'm going to move this off to the side. Put that over there. Have my sentiment mounted. I have some vellum because I think that'll look even better. And I have some archival watering can. It's kind of this nice gray color. So I'm going to ink up my stamp. Looks pretty good. Pull this a little closer. Try to get that lined up as best I can. Give it a nice press. This even pressure lifts straight up because we wouldn't want to smear it on the vellum. And just for a little added shine, I'm going to go ahead and and try to heat emboss this and see how this turns out. Maybe a little bit more right there. Tap off again. Put that back in. Tap back on. Okay. I actually turned that kind of this silvery color, which is kind of fun. Bring my paper trimmer back over. Try to get this lined up. Snug fit. Bring your project back over. Notice that I did not stamp that straight at all. Hopefully it's not too noticeable. Line this up, try to get that centered as best we can. Go ahead and crease this over. Add a little tape. One side stuck down. Make sure it's still kind of lined up there. Stick down the other side. That seems a little tight. We'll just go with it. Okay, now we're going to add a little bit of foam adhesive to the back. I get my foam adhesive from the dollar store because I'm cheap. But we're just going to take a couple pieces, put that on the back there. One more just so it can't sag in the middle. We can just peel this paper off. Going to center this, lay it up to the top edge, and press it down. And we have our completed card with all that pretty shine.